Season 51, war number 12, and we're up against SSx. This time my team will be Vox, Silk, and Werewolf by night. I will be taking Path 5 in Section 1, Path 5 in Section 2, a Bullseye, Prowler, Iron Man Infinity War, Shocker, and Onslaught mini-boss, and finally that Quicksilver boss there using Vox. Now, most of the minis I will be taking with Vox, the Bullseye included, which is not something you see every day, so we'll see how that goes once I get there. Starting off here though, we have a Wong on the Evenflow knockdown and right back added nodes, and I will be taking the fight with Silk. Now, generally speaking, Silk is not great for this node, because she kinda relies on debuffs for her damage and her rotations, so having the right back added node eat all your debuffs and make the defender debuff immune on every single knockdown kinda hurts her damage output quite a bit actually, but that should still be alright. Wong is just a very simple mystic defender, and Silk should have no trouble with it at all, so long as I can play it properly. Plan is to only bait his special 2s, because the special 1 is the only special which can trigger his spells, so special 2 spam is usually what you want Wong to do. However, here I messed up trying to chain my special 2 from Silk's second medium. I threw the special 2 quickly before the last medium hit actually landed, allowing Wong enough time to recover and then parry the special. I did get punished, and now he's used the special 1, which triggered the yellow spell, which as far as the spells goes, it's fine, it doesn't really do much. The blue one is the most annoying one, however, in this matchup it wouldn't really do much either. Here he actually does get it, but since Silk doesn't gain any buffs, not even from the Dexterity Mastery, there are no buffs for Wong to bounce off of with that spell and trigger his Unstoppables, so it should still be fine. Still though, I'm gonna try and only bait the special 2s as much as I can, because the more spells he has, the more annoying he is, though I couldn't tell you what they do exactly. The only one I know is the blue spell, giving him the Unstoppable on buff triggers, but that didn't really come into play here, since, well, Silk does what Silk does. Then, next up we have a Nick Fury on the Evenflow knockdown and heavy hitter nodes, and I'm gonna be taking this fight with Werewolf by night. This is a matchup that I have done a few times in the past war videos, and this one's not gonna be any different really. The reason Wolf works here very well is because he doesn't need to parry for openings, so in the second light when he's stun immune, as well as has the Unstoppable on his heavy attacks, Wolf can still deal damage through the block with those ruptures. He can also go unblockable by howling, so that's another way to get openings. And also, the power gain from howling allows you to get openings by simply getting to your specials and intercepting with those. Overall, he doesn't exactly shut down any of Nick Fury's abilities, but you don't need to do that against Nick Fury. All you need is damage, and then just manage the tactical charges properly yourself, and that's all you need. You're good to go if you can do that. On most nodes, Nick Fury is these days a fairly simple defender, and I believe he's only used as a time stalling champion these days, especially in PGs and Alliance War. Well, I guess you can't really put him intentionally anywhere else in solo content, so yeah, ignore me. But anyways, the fight goes down, no issues there. Then next up we have a fight that I haven't taken before personally, but I know we had assigned it many times in the Alliance. A Destroyer on the Evenflow Intercept and Sadist nodes, and I will be taking this with Silk. Originally I thought people would be using the special 3 rotation to deal with this fight, but after looking at some videos of my Alliance mates, it just looked like they are pushing into his special 2s only, then dexing those, and then just, well, ignoring the protection altogether, spamming Silk special 2s. The protection doesn't really matter here, since Destroyer can't get any of his personal protections to stack with it, due to Silk getting no buffs of her own. Then, by only baiting the special 2s, or at least trying to, he's not gonna be ramping up the power gain either, so the special 3 shouldn't be an issue. Special 2 dexes are simple enough. It's just a single beam that's unblockable. It's kinda like Cyclops, but if you do eat it, it will hurt a ton. But that's where Silk's Ode Evade once again comes into play. Now I'm fairly certain the special 3 rotation would be enough to nuke the guy down, even with the protection, but this way seems to be working just fine, so that's what I decided to do here, to copy the others, since this is known to be working. Fight goes down. It did take quite a while, but still a fairly simple fight. Then we have a Spider-Punk on the Ebb and Flow Intercept and Mighty Charge nodes, and I'm taking the fight with Vox. Now, there is once again a tactic to worry about, but as soon as Vox gets the clarity up, I can intercept just fine to remove the protection and ignore all the overblock and evade. Now, at this point, it's just a normal Spider-Punk. Well, even worse than that, he doesn't have his one defensive ability, being the evade on intercepts, so he's just a punching bag, and as long as I just bait the special once, he doesn't do anything. If I do push into a special 2, it shouldn't be a problem. The dex is quite simple to do, but the special 1 is as easy as it gets. It does waste a lot of time though, and it covers a lot of ground, so it is possible to get cornered in this fight if you're not careful. That might be the only real issue here, really. Now, the plan I have for Vox here is to just save for a special 3, throw it when the protection is down, and then if the opponent survives, then hit them some more. If they don't, they don't. And this Spider-Punk did survive, but he's pretty low, so some more basic attacks and the fight should be done. It's not the fastest fight, and it's not the most exciting fight either, but not every war fight is. Still though, the fight goes down in less than a minute and a half, and Vox does it in a cool way as usual. Special 2 animation is very smooth as well. Special 3, well, you know what I think of it already. Overall, he's just a very cool looking champion, and I keep saying it every time. Then, however, we have a Bullseye on the Ebb and Flow, knockdown and right back at it mini-boss node along with aggression prowess, and I'm taking this fight with Vox. I have the Odin pre-fights here, along with the White Magneto pre-fight giving me passive parry stuns, and essentially the game plan here is this. I have the clarity charges from the attack tactic, so I need to build that up to be able to bypass evade. Once I get that up, I can then use the evade counter to push him to his special 2s only, and then full dex the special 2s. If I ever let him use special 1, the damage will be very noticeable, so I can't let him really do that. I'm gonna go for reparries and just managing my combo and his power bar properly to never let him do that, and then just pray that I don't mess up a special 2 dex. Now, while this matchup works, I wouldn't consider it a great matchup by any means. Simply using someone like Negasonic here is by far the better option. But Vox works. I know the other officers in the Alliance didn't exactly feel happy about this assignment, but I told them that I will be fine and I will do it just fine. Let me try it, and yeah, that's where we got here. So far the fight has gone very well. Special 3 did a ton of damage, already at another special 3 with the cosmic power back boosts, and the fight is over. I did take a ton of chip damage from blocking, as well as dexing the special 2s from the instant bleeds, but overall the fight wasn't bad at all. I was pleasantly surprised by how well Vox did there. I did also have the recoil masteries up for that. I am editing out the mastery swaps here. This war has quite a few of them actually, but it is the final war of the season, so I'm playing a bit safe, using the recoil masteries whenever possible to try to get the fights done faster, since with Vox they don't really hurt you at all. He's poison immune, so the bleed is still there, but overall if you're only using the special 3 strat, then recoil masteries are the way to go. Then we have a Prowler here on the Scared Stiff and Power Focus 2 mini-boss node, and I am taking it with Vox. For this fight, however, I'm not gonna go for the special 3, it's just a waste of time in my opinion. A special 2 with the degens, as well as the special damage itself, should do more than enough. Still having the recoil masteries on, I am taking some recoil damage here, which is unfortunate, but it's not really a problem. The degens are melting him, as well as my basic attacks, and now another special 2, or would have been another special 2 if he hadn't already died, to lock down the degens for a little bit longer, and then the special itself would have dealt a ton of damage as well. Overall, that fight was very satisfying too, as Vox fights usually are, and also it was very simple one as well. Usually Prowler is annoying, but Vox deals with him pretty much perfectly. The vigilance on the special 2 allows you to bypass the miss on special punishes against him, so it's an easy way to get easy openings against him. And then we have an Iron Man Infinity War on the Hazard Shift, Shock and Bleed node along with Conflictor, and I am taking the fight with Vox. I had the Odin pre-fights for the Bullseye fight, so I have the shock resistance here, which then allows me to actually deal with this fight. Now, for this one, the plan is the same really. I'm building up to the special 3 and trying to nuke the fight with that. During the bleed phase I'm just gonna be dancing around, waiting around for a bit, for him to switch to the shock phase before I can go back in. And while that does eat time on the clarity passive, as long as I keep an eye on it, it shouldn't be a problem. Now at this point I am at the special 3, so I just gotta wait out the armor ups first, so that my special 3 deals the full damage, and now here we go, and let's see it. From a single special 3, without much ramp up, that is pretty damn good. I just gotta build up to another special 3, and the fight is done. Thanks to the cosmic powerback boosts, I am almost there already, so I just need some more hits, waiting out the bleed phase here, and then yeah, this Iron Man will get destroyed. Now these basic attacks almost push him to his power gain phase, which I wanted to avoid, since that would just be annoying special baiting constantly. So it was just enough to leave him there at 16% I believe, and then another special 3 close out the fight with a full yellow bar. Vox's special 3 deals a bit too much damage in my opinion, considering how it's supposed to be a ramp up special 3, but I'm not complaining. I do like using it. Now here I was just looking at the next matchups, thinking if I need to change my masteries yet or not, but I will be keeping the recoils on for this next one as well. It doesn't really matter if I have them on. Any health loss I take, I will just heal up with a potion for the final boss, so it shouldn't be an issue. So here we have a shocker on the missing in action and power efficiency miniboss node. Actually this is DLL's shocker at that, and I will be taking this fight with Vox. Now I have to mention, I hate fighting shocker. I hate him so much. The auto block on your specials, the unblockable dash attacks, the reduced stun duration, everything about him just sucks. I hate fighting him, so the plan was here to use advanced power boost to get the special 2 as quickly as possible, bypass miss, so that's one less thing to worry about on this node, and then just try to nuke it with the degens and just, well, hitting him, I guess. Now the degens themselves did a good chunk of damage. He's down to below 40%, so one more special here should close it out if I just dance around and wait for the degens to do what they do. I still have the clarity up, but this shocker is really doing his best to wait it out, and yeah, it's not looking great. I'm in the corner, and this guy was so close to special 3, but finally decided to throw the special, saving me from a potential death. Had I gotten clipped at any point in that, or pushed him red there, it would have been a gamble if I would have been able to finish out the fight before he actually was able to use the special, so yeah, I hate fighting the guy so much, I don't like it. But this time I did manage to survive, somehow. Then we have another Onslaught on the Polka Dot Power and Stunning Reflection mini-boss node, and this is gonna be another simple fight for Werewolf by Night. It's gonna take a while, it's gonna be a lot of chip damage, but the fight is not too difficult. So long as the AI allows you to actually land some hits here and there, it should be fine. And the biggest real issue here is the brute force degeneration, but that can be somewhat offset with Wolf's regeneration, as well as, well, landing those hits whenever you get an opening. Sometimes I gotta get them by doing this, just holding block, baiting heavy attacks, get an opening, land a hit, and then just reset the timer, repeat that over and over, get the special to use, spam them whenever possible, and keep howling in the meantime whenever you have an opening to do so. Overall, the fight itself is it's not complicated, but it's not the easiest one to take. You need to be comfortable fully dexing the guy's special ones, and you need to keep an eye on a lot of timers as well, so it can go wrong, and it has gone wrong, even for my alliance mates, so definitely not the easiest fight to take, but with some practice it should be doable pretty consistently. Then we have the final fight of this war and this whole season, a Quicksilver boss that I will be taking with Vox. I went ahead and put the Recall Masteries back on for this, just to make sure I have enough damage to take the guy out as quickly as possible and as flashy as possible. And the game plan here is to not go for the boring special 3 strat, but instead use Vox's degenerations and nuke the guy with those. To start off with, I got very lucky with the auto blocks and I got my clarity up quickly, and now at this point I just gotta build up some buffs with some mediums and light attacks, build up to that special to drop it for the degens, and also try not to get clipped by any of these special 2s or other attacks. At this point I have a decent amount of buffs. I dropped the special 2, the cosmic power back boost do give me some power back, but since I didn't land too many crits I'm still lacking quite a bit. But with these degens already, the damage is stacking up. You can see they are ticking for a lot already. His health bar is just melting, and I just barely managed to get my special one here to grab the corrupted buffs back, and now I'm ready to set up another special. Now with all these buffs, one more special one here, and the fight is done. You won't be able to survive the degens, and it's only a matter of time. For some reason though, I'm just waiting around for a bit, trying to get a couple more hits in before the special, but here we go. 42 degenerations, and the degens almost started at what the previous ones ended, so yeah, he's super dead. The degens already doing over 20,000 damage every half a second. Yeah, Vox is so much fun to play. I love the champion. As for the results, we did end up losing the war 1-2. What a way to end the season. Very well played by SSx. And as for my personal stats this season, I ended the season with 96 attacker kills and 0 deaths. So another deathless season, which is very nice to see. But without yapping on any longer than necessary, I am finally caught up with all the war videos and I can finally start doing some other content.